now in his BMW from last year. Good initiation in as he grabs that first inside clip and gets on the power to come up the hill, following that nice outside line through both the outside clips, nice and tight through the inside at the end of the horseshoe, transitions and gets set up for the downhill. And look at that, beautifully across both of those last two inside
in that
clips.
same E92.
Yeah, and already sitting on that 89.7, but definitely after seeing a run like that, you know, we'll want to see him put down almost the same as he's coming through the course, putting the car beautifully along that white line right before, down the outside zone just before the end of the horseshoe. As he comes down the hill now, and again, putting the car exactly where it needs to go. The first battle of the top 32. Down the straight they come. Nice flick entry in by Erikas, but there's Caleb sticking right with them as they come through the first inside clip and start climbing up the hill to the two outer zones. Caleb not giving him a lot of breathing room though as they come through the horseshoe, and right on him is Caleb as they transition to go back down the hill. Caleb making a bit of a surge to get back up and keep even more proximity to Erikas as they cross that chase run that he had. He needs a good lead run here as a big flick initiation in. Beautiful through the first inside clip as he started to pull away a little bit, but Erikas catches back up with him as there's a little bit of a angle adjustment there as they come into the outer zones, but Caleb's still trying to do his best out front. But now Erikas putting on the pressure as they start to come back down the hill through the last two clipping points and across the line door to door.
Looks like Alexander staying right there with him for the initiation. Look at here. Erikas washes just a little bit wide off that inside clip, but gets the second one very clean. Nice and smooth, just like his qualifying run today. Nice throttle control. Oh, and a little tap from Alexander in the chase, angling out Erikas. Just burning him down off the line as both those drivers. And into the first turn they go. Tight across the inside clip. Ooh, and little tentative there from Alexander. Does get a little bit of a gap there. It didn't quite settle in on that transition. And back down the hill they come again on a super tight line and not a whole lot of angle from Alexander out front. Jurkus out front in his E92 being chased down by Brandon Williams in his JZX. And here we go. Smooth initiation by both, tight across the inside clips. Brandon trying to stay with him, needs to make a reel in coming up this hill, and he certainly does. Trying to stick with Erikas. Erikas looking super planted and fast out front, pulling away again from Brandon Williams in that lead position here. Last and final transition, and Erikas coming out. And entering in, Brandon looking good here. Across the inside clips and up the hill, filling out those outside zones. Erikas staying right there with him, and back down the hill they come and staying right there with Brandon, and across that finish line to go down the hill. Erikas out front and picking up the throttle, and here we go up the hill. Look at the pressure by Tikhon Pileski being applied up the hill, filling those outside zones, sticking right there with him, just glued to the door. Backs off for the transition and jumps right back on it is Tikhon Pileski in that chase position, but can't take anything away from that great lead. His S14 leading Erikas Jurkus in his E92. Tikhon going for the big swing initiation, washes out wide from the inner clip just a little bit, and here they go up the hill. Erikas trying to apply that pressure and stay with Tikhon, as we know Tikhon's very fast in his S14. But look at there, Erikas staying right with him, making the nice transition super smooth in that chase. And there they go, last and final one and across the finish line. Ooh, Erikas not quite getting to angle there on initiation, real tentative. And now he's back to it, good transition. Here they come up the hill, and lifting the tire there, rumbling up the rumble strip. Right around that inside clip. And look at there, being bumped on the bumper by Tikhon Pileski through the transition. Tikhon doing everything he can to stay just locked. Entering in as Tikhon dropping a tire there. Is he going to wash again? He doesn't quite pick up that inside clip super tight, but is better than the first time. He's able to drop that speed, and look at Erikas Jurkus here in the chase position again in his E92. Backs off a little bit more there than Tikon did in his chase. But then look at the dive from Erikas and rub. Here we go for a third place battle of round 1 of season 5. Erikas out front, entering in, big angle, really gets to it this time, gets a little nudge from Reese Statterson in that chase position, and up the hill they come. Reese sticking right there with him, staying with Erikas. Tight to the inside clip as both of the drivers here. And look at the dive from Reese in the chase position in that Pro Drift Academy S15 once again, and look at it across the line. They go through the chicane and down the hill. Entering in, Reese Tatterson out front. And pulling a little bit of gap on Erikas. Erikas struggling to keep up with Reese Tatterson out front. There he goes, reeling him back in, sticking it to the door of Reese. On the bumper and jumping on to the door as they come down the hill. Last and final transition, giving him a little nudge there.